Last year, I finished 76 old video games without even trying. So how did I do that? Before I answer that, just to clarify that these tips also work for any new release games. I choose to say old games because that's what I mainly played. So let me ask you, do you really want to do this? If yes, then you should start by creating lists. Create a simple list. You can create it on a website like backlog.com or on your Google Sheets. From the name of the games, the platform of the games, and how long it takes to beat the games. You can use howlongtobeat.com to track the times and only choose the average time people take to finish only the main story. And also give it a checkbox for game that you already own, or if you are using an emulator, do you already have the ROM or not? And last thing you need to add on the list is how much excitement you have to play this game. Give a score between 1 to 5. The bigger the number, the more excited you are to play that game. Maybe you are excited because this is the game that you really want to play, because it's your favorite genre and this game also has a good review by most people. But for games that you just want to be playing, because you haven't finished the story in the past, maybe the score could be lower. I also put colors to tell what the status of the game is. Green for the games that I have already finished, light blue for the games that I am currently playing, yellow for games that I stopped playing for a while but will be back playing soon, and red for the games that I stopped playing and won't play again for a long time. And that's it. I know it's gonna be a lot of work, but by spending a couple hours researching and making the list makes you have a clarity on which games that you want to prioritize and focus on finishing first. And what's next? Even though you are already making a list, it's not going to finish by itself unless you actually play the game. Just play the game, don't get caught in analysis paralysis. Is this game worth 40 hours of my life? Is this the game that I will really enjoy playing? Just play the games. You have 30 minutes of free time. Instead of scrolling through social media, you can start by booting up the game and letting yourself get into the gameplay. Choose the games that really excite you. That's why I told you to write an excitement score on the list, so you know what to play first. Give it maybe 2 or 3 hours into the games. Enjoy the story, the music, the gameplay. And if it's not hook you, you can stop and move on to another game. So you should know where to stop. Even though you really like it and give it a 5 on the excitement score, you can always put a game on hold. Give it a yellow mark on the list and move on. I tried to play WWE SmackDown Here's Come the Pain last year. I want to play it again because I played it in the past with my friends, but never thought to finish the story. And I realized it's not fun anymore. Not because it's a bad game, but because now I play it alone by myself. So I don't get the excitement anymore. The feelings are already different. So I dropped the game, gave it a red mark on the list, and told myself that I need to move on and delete the games on my folder. With that in mind, if you have friends to play with them. Old games usually have a split screen multiplayer feature. It will be much more fun to have someone to play with. But I think we all know that most of us don't have friends to play with. But don't worry, I still have a few tips to enjoy the games. Okay, so you might already find the games that you really love to play, but it can get boring sometimes, or the story or the gameplay are too heavy, and you want to try other light games. Yeah, you can do it. Mix and match your games. But my suggestion is don't play more than 3 games at a time, because sometimes it can be confusing. Maybe the control will be different on this game and on that game, or maybe your brain will mix up and mess up stories between the games, so only play 3 games at maximum. Finish one game or drop the other game before you try a new game from your list. Let's be real, you are not going to play Persona 3, Persona 4 Golden, and Persona 5 consecutively. First, it will be super long. It will just end up draining your energy and willpower really fast. And also playing the same genre over and over is just not fun. So do not marathon a franchise. Do not play a game from the same genre. Mix up and try another genre. I know you are a platformer mania, or maybe an open world lover, but please do not play the same genre or the same franchise over and over. Try experimenting with a new genre. If you already play hundreds of hours on Final Fantasy, try something new like Crash Bandicoot or Mario Kart games. Maybe you can play 1 long game and 2 short games, or 2 medium games and 1 short game. Long games usually take more than 50 hours to finish. Medium games take around 10 to 50 hours, and short games are usually under 10 hours. Based on my YouTube statistic, your age is around 18 to 35 years old. And also, 99% of you are not subscribing. I will upload more video about gaming topic. So back to the statistics. 18 to 35 years old mean that we are a bunch of grown-ass men. We don't have much time like we used to. We have jobs or we need to study. You are not gonna beat Monster Hunter Freedom Unite, Persona 3, and Harvest Moon back to nature in a single month, or even in a couple months. So I need you to give a realistic deadline to your backlog. Maybe you plan to finish 12 games in 3 months or 20 games in 6 months. Give a deadline that you know you will achieve. Because this is your list, you are the one who is able to determine your playtime. If you are only able to finish 3 short games in this month, that's fine, try more in the next month. All of us have that one game that we love the most. For me, it was GTA San Andreas. I beat the game 8 times, with 2 being 100% completion. But if I keep playing GTA San Andreas, my backlog won't finish. So do not play the same games over and over. I know you love to play one specific game because it's comfortable, because you are already good at it. But if you want the backlog clear, put your favorite game aside for a moment. Challenge yourself to a new gameplay mechanic. I know it's hard to start over, but we're still able to having fun. If you play Ocarina of Time, you know how confusing the water temple is. Don't spend 10 hours of your life stuck in a single stage. Use a walkthrough, watch some YouTube videos, or read some tips on Reddit. There is no shame in using a walkthrough. It makes the games probably finish faster and make yourself less stressful. You even can use cheats for certain things if you want. Whatever makes you happy, do it. Don't stress things out. Just focus on the main story. I know I can hold myself, try not to collect the entire gold Skulltula in Ocarina of Time. But for the sake of finishing your backlog, do not do 100% completion on a game. In some games, it's not even worth it to spend 10 to 20 extra hours of your life just for secret cutscenes that you can easily watch on YouTube. So prioritize on only finishing the main story of the games. After finishing a game, you can give a review to the games, like on Metacritic, IGN, or on your Google Sheets. By giving a review, you can reflect on what to expect from a game. You can learn what kind of game you love. It also feels fun putting your thoughts into something that you spend hours with. If you write it online, you will help people in the future that will play the same game. But remember, if you write it online, don't write any spoiler. So did you remember what I said in the first line of this video about that I finished a game without even trying? It's not completely true. I still need to try to tell my brain that I should open the game, just to start the game and do whatever task the games gave me. If you feel like playing a game is a burden, I will tell you, you will never be able to finish it. But if you enjoy it, you take it as a hobby, as a fun challenge, or as a way to calm yourself from this crowded world, you will be able to finish it without even trying. Your curiosity about the story, your enjoyment for the gameplay is the main thing that will make you able to finish your backlog. So, good luck.